Honestly, this film wasn't on my radar. However, I truly appreciate it, and I'm glad I got a chance to check it out. So let's jump into my review of the new film, Self-Portrait. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're reviewing the film Self-Portrait, which makes its world premiere this year at South by Southwest 2022 under the Vision section, under the documentary feature category. But yeah, so one thing for me is the Vision section. I was kind of like, well, what's that about? And you know, I read through it and whatnot, and I started to see like what interested me, and then I came across Self-Portrait, which was very intriguing. And the reason why it's intriguing is because I started to think like, okay, that's interesting. But then I thought like, wait a minute, when you think about what it takes to actually put this together, that's fascinating. And what it is that over the last 4 years, this is a collection of surveillance footage all over the world put together for about an hour and 7 minutes worth of film. And think about this now. You're thinking like, oh, well, okay, you just take one place from there, one thing from there. But ultimately, you have to either go retrieve it, you have to do the business to obtain it, and then the cutting board process, determining what makes the film and what doesn't. All of that is like extremely fascinating, besides the idea that like, we have a glimpse and sort of a sense of what surveillance cameras look like. I mean, everybody has Ring doorbells nowadays, right? But think of the most extreme ideas and locations of where cameras may be at. You know, sometimes you're looking up in the sky and you're thinking like somebody may be watching you. But yeah, there may be a camera up there. But what does that camera look like once it's lapsing over time? And you know, not that like there was anything sort of extreme happening here, like we didn't catch no murders or no car accidents or anything like that. It was just a pure display of humanity, which was really cool and peaceful at that as well. But like you're going from frozen storms of the winter, and then, you know, the melting of the spring, and then they say the lush heat of the summer. So that's kind of some of the things that they say in the synopsis. But for me, some of the things that stood out to me was like, you know, you got you got footage during the day, footage during the night. You got all different climates, all parts of the world. Just all sorts of different things. And then remember this too, all cameras aren't digital. So then you have footage that seems to be analog, some seems to be digital. The analog process, I could imagine, was such a headache. But like even the aesthetics of the footage obviously looks different, because digital is obviously going to be better, more crisp, and more updated format. And analog is probably tape, or even worse, older types of tapes instead of just VCR or whatever, or cassette, or I don't even know what analog tapes they use. But there's absolutely some that may be dated, and the fact of you trying to extract that footage and proprietary software, I can imagine that could be a total headache. But you were so fascinated about the vantage point of where that camera was looking at, that, you know, you have to think that the creator here says like, well, I gotta have it, I just gotta try to figure out how to extract it and whatnot. But like I said, you're getting all different types of days, different weather, different quality, and different perspectives from all over the world. And like I said, nothing truly eventful, you know, but it's truly just showing the art of humanity and, you know, just life being normal. And it gives you a certain bit of peace. And like I said, the whole creation factor is truly fascinating to me. But like, you know, upon watching this, you just want to kick back. You just want to kind of enjoy the visuals. You just kind of want to, you know, just embrace knowing that these things are happening all over the world, whether you're thinking about it or not. You know, watching the waves hit, watching, you know, just a street and it's the middle of the night, or a dog just laying in the middle of the street, whatever it may be, all sorts of different things like that. And it brought me a sense of peace, and I thought that was pretty cool. And this was very unique, and you know, again, hats off to all folks involved, because at the end of the day, you know, thinking that you're gonna get footage from New York and then you may go to like Melbourne, Australia, you know, you gotta go get it. You gotta get the tape. And if not, even if you're not actually physically going to get it, you still got to ensure that this is what you want. So at some point, you kind of got to go over there and say like, hey, you know, can we make a deal? I want to use your footage for you know, for my film I got coming out. And then obviously having a world premiere of South by Southwest is a huge deal. So, you know, while this was a very simple watch and it was nothing, like I said, eventful, I just gained so much appreciation for just life and just the idea of like, wow, that's pretty interesting. That's a pretty unique concept that I wouldn't have thought of, you know. And then, you know, there's no really pattern or really type of, you know, logic in terms of the order of clip selection. It's just random things are happening, and I appreciate that. So like, you really shut your brain off and you just get back and watch it, and that brings me a sense of peace. So, but yeah, if you are looking for something like this, that, you know, you really just want to just kind of take your minds off of things and just reflect back into society, reflect back into humanity here, Self Portrait is a very good place to start. So check it out. It is again making its world premiere at South by Southwest Film Festival 2022. Jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about this when you check it out. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.